Sagittarius. This is your check-in. Spiritual messages from Spirit to guide you on your journey wherever you find yourself right now. We're doing a check-in to receive guidance and messages from Spirit for you at this time. Whenever you receive this message, that's when you're meant to receive it. Specifically looking at you, Sagittarius, as a evolved spirit having a human experience, what it is that is happening with you at this time spiritually, and then also taking a look at love, your relationship. Sagittarius, there is a planetary shift taking place. If you don't know, if you haven't heard about this yet, there is a shift, a separation in frequencies taking place on our planet. We are connected to all of creation, so that shift, that transition is taking place within us. In our relationships, many of us are moving from an old world paradigm, old world perspective to a new world perspective. And for you, Sagittarius, you are highly evolved teachers, highly evolved spiritual beings who have come here specifically at this time to help with the shift. This shift is taking place within you. This shift is taking place within you, and so there is a lot of activity happening for you in the heart chakra and in the solar plexus. And you could be experiencing a multitude of symptoms. For me at the moment, I'm experiencing a lot of pressure in the third eye, in this area, and at the back as well, but lots and lots of pressure here, and it's different. It's different to the sinus pressure that I'm used to. So you could be experiencing a number of symptoms, and Spirit just wants to bring you the guidance to help you to allow for the shift, because our natural instinct when something new is happening and something strange, and the world is new, your world is new, it is strange, you're feeling different, you're not quite sure what is happening with you, the natural instinct is to try and protect, to seize up, and to resist. And that is just, that resistance just makes the process more difficult for you. Many people are finding that they are having these physical symptoms, and I'm having to reassure many clients that come to me that what they're experiencing is normal. So that's what Spirit wants to share with you. Spirit wants to bring you messages and information about the planetary shift that is not only taking place on the planet, but that is taking place within you. When it comes to love and relationships, Sagittarius, you might have noticed, as a Sag, you normally have your hands in the clay, you've got your plan, you know where you are, you know what you're wanting to attract, you know what you're looking for, you know what action to take, but you seem to be in this neutral place when it comes to love and relationship. That is intuitive guidance, because Spirit is saying it is time for Spirit to step in, to step in, to step up into your love life and to take over. This is a good thing. You know intuitively that the time has come. This is divine timing, where you trust that you have created the relationship that you want, that you are clear about what it is you want and what you have to offer, that you have clarity about what love is, and that your person is in your vortex, and that relationship that's going to serve your highest good is there, and you're in the state of surrender to the universe. And here I've got the symbol of the lotus for you. It is time for Spirit. For some of you, you are experiencing that if you are in relationships, or even if you are single and wanting to manifest a relationship, that you come from a cycle where you have felt stifled, bored, and stuck in relationships. You have a vision for the relationship, you're inspired, you're passionate about the potential you see in the person. You even seem to speak the same language in the relationship, in the connection. And your fire is ablaze, your fire is burning bright. You are ready to make it happen. You are ready to move the relationship in that direction. And then you've got this person that seems to be lagging behind, and that's been your history with relationship. This reading could be about a relationship that you are currently in where you are feeling this way, and you have just come to this place where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to trust the universe with this. But you're feeling as though the relationship could be stifling you. You understand? Like you could be stuck because this person is not on your level. This person is boring you to some extent, or appears to be bored in the experience when all you see is adventure. So we're going to take a look at those two topics. The planetary shift that is happening in your spiritual journey, and that is happening within your body, in your DNA, in this suit, this avatar, this technology that you exist through in this 3D space. And then we're going to take a look at what's happening for you with regards to relationship as well. Okay, so I always ask that you guys settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you, to help you to know if the message is for you or not. If it resonates, claim it without a doubt. If it doesn't, let it go. It's not for you. And if it triggers you, that is where your work begins. You've entered a sacred space. The archangels in the north, south, east, and west have their sacred flames burning. And I thank you, Sagittarius, for allowing me to connect with your energy, to bring you these beautiful messages from Spirit. And I give thanks to my guides and keepers and your guides and keepers. I hope that you enjoy the message. So let's start. Okay, let's begin with your spiritual journey, Sagittarius. Planetary shift. You are experiencing this transition within yourself, and at the moment, what you're going to find, or how you're going to find it shows up for you, is sort of this battle between your will and your heart. The place that you want to create from is from your heart chakra. But what many of you are going to find drives your will is what's always driven your will in the old world, which has always been very much based on conditions and fear, where we as beings have determined, interpreted, and declared our reality and how we perceive the world. Our description of the world and of the people in it has always depended on, or has been based on, a reaction to conditions and experiences. Okay? And Spirit is directing me to the relationship between mother and child. It is the only relationship that is the embodiment, it is the closest embodiment to the God force in our lives. The relationship between a mother and a child fundamentally is unconditional. It doesn't matter how that child shows up, what phases they go through, what changes they go through, how they may act out. The mother's love is constant. The mother's devotion is constant. There are, of course, exceptions. That's a whole nother topic, where mothers are so detached from their divine mother within that they are diseased in their state, and so they show up as being emotionally immature, and they behave like children, expecting their kids to mother them. But that's a whole nother subject. I'm talking about the general natural way that mothers respond to their kids. It doesn't matter how they show up in the various phases or stages of their lives. They will not reject or turn their backs on their relationship with their kids. They keep trying, they keep working on it. They always wanted to succeed. And so that relationship is the closest example to the embodiment of the God force in our lives. What we do with every other relationship, and most relationships, is we're quite conditional. We decide whether we are happy or sad based on conditions. We decide whether we are wealthy or lacking based on conditions. We decide whether we are loved or not based on conditions. We determine who we are based on our external experiences. And that is a very powerless place to exist from. So there's a lot of fear that is activated when we exist in that way. And that is a simple way to explain what the old world is about. Very materialistic, very conditional. And you are either a good person or a bad person depending on the experience I've had with you. The 5D experience, the higher perspective of our experience, is spiritual. It is based on the vibration and the frequency, the essence of who we are. It is more evolved. And we are shifting from the old world, which is fear-based, conditional, 3D, very materialistic, to the 5D perception of our reality, which is the essence of the relationship, the essence of the experience. So I know that I am good, and I know that you are good, and in this moment you are acting or responding to an experience or a condition from a place that is perhaps disconnected from your goodness, but that does not make you a bad person, because my soul knows that we are all connected to the God consciousness, to that force of well-being and goodness. We are all love. So how can we be evil? So you can't be evil and love at the same time. You can be love and pinched off from the love that you are. But that's a very different understanding, and many of us have upgraded, elevated, and made the decision to experience ourselves through God consciousness and the rest of the world through God consciousness. This shift is taking place on the planet, right? Between people who have chosen to remain in the old consciousness and people who have chosen to shift into the new consciousness. And that, in essence, determines whether you experience your life as hell on earth or heaven on earth. This shift, Sagittarius, is also taking place within you. The separation between the data, the information that is very much programmed according to old experiences and an old way of seeing the world, and it's very fear-based. And so making your decisions from a place of fear or making your decisions from a place of love, it's that simple. And you are finding that when you're having to make decisions and how you're navigating your life, your world, that is where the conflict comes in. That is where the resistance comes in. You are having to deliberately decide, I'm not going to perceive this or interpret what is happening through fear. And I'm not going to choose my response to it. I'm not going to base it on fear. I want to respond to it from a place of love. And that is a deliberate decision you've got to make in every area of your life. And every time you make that decision, a part of you upgrades and transitions internally. So you're going through a lot of changes at the moment. And every choice you make, every focus that you choose is that determination that helps you to shift into the 5D perspective of your world. So you're basically creating your reality based on the frequency and the vibration that you are holding dominant. So if you've got 6 choices to make in a day, and 4 of those choices are made from a place of love, and 2 of those choices were just impulsive, and you noticed that there's a lot of fear with that, you're adding more momentum to the frequency of love, and that just helps you to bring the rest of you along to that place. As I said in the beginning, you are finding that you're experiencing an array of symptoms at the moment. Lots of fatigue, pressure, pain for some of you, physical symptoms showing up as a result of the energetic shift and the upgrade in your DNA and all of that. When love is more important than power, and this is what you want to be aware of at this time, because if you don't, the choice that you make is going to have an impact on you, not only physically but also in your life. You are creating as you move along. And I just want to read you a little bit from the Blue Messiah deck, because this is the card I pulled for you. Just look at that. That's the shift. It's like two worlds within you, right? And the one on the top looks blue and the one at the bottom is yellow, and that blue is your truth, and the one at the bottom is your solar plexus, that is your willpower. But you see what happens where they meet, that becomes green. That is the color of love. That's the color of the earth. That's the color of nature, and that's the color of the heart chakra. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. If you're feeling that you're struggling with your peace at the moment, it is because of this internal war that is taking place, where you know who you choose to be, where you know what you want to create, where you know who you want to be in situations, and yet you're still finding your ego just taking over an experience, and you are responding and reactive to conditions and just acting out from a place of fear. And this is robbing you of your peace. Okay, it is this, it's an uncertain time, but it is the time for spirit, for your guides, for your keepers who know exactly what it is you want, and you just need to learn to trust and surrender. Your life is being restored. The priestess of the phoenix, and Sag, you are the phoenix. You have risen through numerous fires. Your life has not been easy, and you have had to be a warrior. And so now, to get to this point where the war is over, and you can put your shield away, and you can take the armor off, it's natural that it's going to be a bit uncomfortable and frightening. You're going to feel like something's wrong. Why do I have all this time all of a sudden? You're so used to fighting that you're going to be looking over your shoulder, and how do I protect myself, and what is really going on, and where is the enemy? Adapting to a new way of experiencing yourself, a softer way of experiencing yourself. Not being the one to protect everybody else, to just know that you are protected and you are being taken care of. It takes, and that's why I'm saying there's this transition, and you're having to get used to the changes, and you're so used to looking at your reality through the old lens that you have to be patient with yourself. Your life has been restored. And Spirit is saying the battle is over. You've created a whole new world, a whole new life, and now you just need to move into that new house. So imagine going from, I remember, I can relate to this. I was fostered as a little girl, and then I was adopted. And I did spend a lot of my early childhood with my biological family as well, and then I was adopted by my paternal uncle and his wife, and so I was a part of that family too. So I was never estranged from my biological family, but I did go from one home to another, and when I was still with my biological mom, we moved around a lot. So we would, every 3 or 4 months, we'd be moving to a new place, because we didn't have a home. Wherever any people would have us, we'd go. And every time you move so you get used to it after a while, but every time you move, you've got to adapt to that household. You've got to adapt to the dangers of that household. You've got to adapt to the rules of that household. And so you become very, very sharp in quickly picking up, okay, what's the dynamic here? What do I have to look out for? What can I lean into? What do I have to protect myself from? What should I avoid? And I grew up in a very impoverished area, very poor area in Cape Town. And when my parents adopted me, I was a teenager, and they moved me into a really nice area in Durban. And I went from a public government school, which was gang ridden, and and not very, very academically focused. It was just your basic education. And they moved me to a nice area. We had a pool. It was a big house. From a place where we didn't even have our own room. We just fit in wherever we could, and we moved around a lot, to then having my own room and having a normal and a nice life, and then going to a private school. So from this one extreme to the other, and your brain psychologically, it takes a long time to catch up with the change. Physically, your reality can change, but how your brain is programmed to survive in a particular environment, it doesn't just go away. And my brain, I didn't know what to do with it, because it was as if it was in override. I was very depressed and I was anxious, even though I had no reason to be, because it was like I was looking for the predator or for the danger, and I couldn't see it, but I knew it was somewhere, and then so it made me more anxious, right? Even though it wasn't there. And only years later in my adult life did I realize that transition was really, really hard on me. And nobody saw it, because everybody thinks that if you take somebody out of the bush and you put them in a mansion, they're going to be happy automatically. Our brains are conditioned to survive in our worlds, in our environments. And when we change those conditions, we also need to allow for that mental, to adapt mentally and emotionally. And sometimes we adapt, you can have somebody adapting mentally and emotionally and still be in the same condition, but their world looks so different. So our minds are very, very powerful. And at the moment, this is what Spirit is showing me, Sag, is that for you, your whole world has changed, but mentally you're still somewhat stuck in the past. Old habits and old behaviors, and you're looking for that familiar thing that you used to protect yourself from, or you're still wanting to be in that familiar place. And I think if you've always been in a relationship, or in relationships where you've had to protect yourself, and or you had to be the protector, when you get into a relationship where this person does not make you a warrior, you don't have to fight battles for them, it's not going to feel normal to you. So you've got to give yourself time to adapt, and that is the message here, because the shift that takes place within you is the shift that manifests in the world. The changes that you want to see in the world, that you have asked for, that you have called forth before you even came into this body, they are activated with the shifts, the changes that you allow within yourself. You have the capacity to do this. And it is not just, it is about more than just you. You are a powerful and incredibly gifted being, Sag. And every process that you go through, that you honor, has a ripple effect, has an energetic impact on the entire world. Life has been restored. It is being restored. And it is taking place now. whilst there's all the noise, it is already taking place in us as individuals. And that shift manifests in the 3D once it's complete, once it's taken place within us. So you are a powerful part of the story and incredibly special. And the universe is so grateful to you. Your guides, your keepers, they are here supporting you because the work you are doing is so incredibly important. And the other stuff, it's just noise. Your guide, spirit, is taking care of that. So think of it this way. If you are this very, very important engineer, you're not going to be the person that's going to go out to buy all the different parts. You're going to come up with a plan. You're going to tell your person, they're going to draw it, they're going to write it out, type it out, whatever, put it into a document that everybody can see, or type it into the system. You're going to have another person that goes out and purchases the material. You have another person that finds the perfect location and then okays it with you. You've got an entire team. Your team is just non-physical. Choose peace. You cannot survive off of a to-do list. You've changed. The world has changed. And your relationship with your non-physical team has become so bonded and so intricate, and they know what to do. So that is your message. I hope that serves. And for those who it resonates with, for those who are meant to receive this message, I know that it resonates with you. And as I said, you are ancient, you are powerful, and you have a powerful non-physical team. You have more non-physicals and angel beings around you than the average person. You are not alone. You've never been alone. And you know this, Sag. Okay, let's move on to relationship. What is happening for my Sagittarius collective in love and relationship? Ooh. There's a powerful message there. Just clear the energy to bring through and to tune into and channel what is happening here in the area of love and relationship. I'm going to look at your person's energy, and I'm going to look at yours. I feel for some of you, what Spirit is saying for the collective who this message is for, even if you have someone in your life, you already intuitively know that that chapter is closed, and very soon you're going to have to release them. Something new is coming in. Something that is more of a match to who you've become. Somebody that is on your level. Because this person's not been on your level. And it matters. It matters. Okay, let's see. What is happening here? Something new coming in. Okay, so this could be someone that's still in your experience, but you can feel that this relationship is probably going to be over soon. There's a transition, that they're moving out of your energy, or this is someone that you've recently broken up with that has shown up in the energy of the fox. This person has shown up as lacking cowardice and dishonest. You know, the energy of the fox is, I'm not doing what I'm doing to hurt you, I'm doing what I'm doing for me. And you know what, Sagittarius? Spirit says you deserve more than that. You're such a giver. And you are such a powerful influence. Whatever it is that you do, teacher, spiritual practitioner, whatever it is that you do, you take the whole into consideration. You care about uplifting your community, the people you come into contact with. Your life is not just about you, and this person's life is just about them. You deserve a partner that energetically can hold you up whilst you hold up the world. And so this person had a choice to make: evolve, move out of that fear-based, selfish, there's shortage and I just need to, I'm so empty, I just need to get whatever I can to fill myself up. It's about me, self-preservation and what I need, and giving space to the bigger version of who they are. And they did not make, there is a bridge between that old story. You are so used to being in relationships with people that drain you and that empty you and that you give to, and then when it's time for them to give to you, they are nowhere to be found. You've crossed a bridge. You've crossed a bridge. And some of you might even have dreamt about this bridge sometime in the recent past or even in the distant past, but it's a dream that you don't forget. This bridge you've been working towards, this bridge where you bridge the gap between that old, outdated programming around love and relationship into a whole new energy when it comes to love and relationship. And that egg, it's as if your twin flame guides or a spirit guide of yours has been sitting on that egg, and it's about to nest. It's about to, what do you call it, when hatch, it's about to hatch. This is so deep. This is so deep. These messages coming through these days, very, very deep. But I know and I trust that those who are ready to receive these, who have the capacity to resonate with it, you will be guided here. Your whole world is changing, Sag. What else? Let's see. Let's take this deck. What else? I'm going to look at this person's energy, and I'm going to look at your energy. I don't know who Spirit's going to talk about, if it's the old person or the new person. Let's see. Okay. Who's this person? Okay. So both energies are coming up. Spirit wants to give you some information about the old person and the new person coming in. Okay. Someone is feeling like they've been left out in the cold. I don't know if you're feeling this way about this person, but I'm being shown that it's your person, where they just feel like you cut them out, where you just shut the door on them. I feel like you just got to a point where you're like, I'm not investing in this anymore. I'm going to pull my energy back and you do what you want to do. I'm not going to try and convince you to do right here. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm not going to enable you in the same old pattern over and over. I'm just ready to pull my energy back. I think I've given more than enough, and what you choose to do with that is entirely up to you. And what would have been nice is if this person saw that and reciprocated the energy that you normally give and leaned into you and sort of filled that gap, but they didn't do that. They were just like, okay, you're not giving to me, so poor me, I need to just stay out in the cold. Very cowardice and pathetic, quite frankly. Feeling sorry for themselves, waiting for the sun to shine on them. And if you know about the traditional tarot, the five of Pentacles is normally this building where on the inside of the house there's a warm fire, and then you've got these two beggars outside in the snow. This person doesn't need to be a beggar. They never needed to be a beggar, you know. But you realize, Sagittarius, that no matter how much you pour into them, it's not enough. Empty cups. Everything just falls through. And now you've got this new energy coming in, a brand new energy coming into your experience, which is showing up as the Ace of Wands. Fiery, passionate, warm, more on your level, Sag. You are the ones, you know. So I'm going to tell you about both of these. Let's just look at this connection that you're just done with it. You're just tired of being the one pouring everything in. And you've decided to let it be. You've opened the door and this person basically stepped out. Imagine keeping a door closed, providing a warm fire, a comfortable place. It's like the Queen of Pentacles energy. You're nurtured, you're being supported, you're taken care of, you're being fed warm soup, you've got the fire going, and you're just being taken care of. And when that Queen of Wands says, you don't seem to be appreciating any of this, and I don't get it back. You're not providing me with any of these things. If I don't light the fire, and if I don't make sure there's warm soup, and if I don't make sure that nothing happens here. So she doesn't light the fire. She doesn't make the soup to see what you're going to do. She opens the door and you just walk out and don't come back. And now you feel sorry for yourself because you're out in the cold because she closed the door behind you. This person is just, all that this person is doing is reminiscing on all the how sad it is, and all the sad things that happened, and everything that they did that was wrong. They're not even daydreaming about the good times. This person is so obsessed with feeling sorry for themselves and with feeling shame and with punishing themselves that they are even using the memory of you as an excuse to punish themselves. Sag, if you are wondering if this person is going to make a move towards you to apologize or to try and reconcile, this person is in the Page of Pentacles and it is in the reverse. Look at them sitting on that ball, daydreaming about, just replaying things in their heads negatively. They're not going to move. They're not moving. They're not going anywhere. This person is not going anywhere. They're not making any move towards you or even towards any other area in their life. This person is stifled and stuck. And that's the energy I picked up here. Stifled, bored, and stuck. That's their energy. And Spirit stepped in and said, nope. You've given this person enough time. A judgment call was made. You don't deserve this, Sag. You don't deserve it. Let's look at this new energy that's coming through. Tell me about the new energy. You can't help people that are supposed to be helping themselves. It'll never ever work. Tell me about this person. Splitting this deck. Six of Cups. This is a deeply spiritual connection coming into your life. This is the kind of connection that lifts your soul. Do you see how the divine masculine energy protects, stands in front of and guards the divine feminine's heart? That's the kind of energy you've got coming in. This is not the first time you've met, but Sag, you're a very, very ancient soul. I'm sure that you have experienced many versions of your past lives here. Three of Wands. The Three of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is this gentleman standing on the edge of the shore, waiting for the ship to come in, ready to get onto that ship to go to his new life. That's the Three of Wands, and that's the energy that this person comes in with. Lots of fire here. I like the Six of Cups because the Six of Cups is your soulmate card, and this is heart-based stuff. This is the emotions, right? This is that equal give and take. And then you've got the Three of Wands, which means this person is ready to leave, to move into their new reality, to move towards what it is that their heart desires, what it is that their soul is summoning them towards. Sometimes people move towards new things when they still have resolved past things. This person coming into experience, Spirit says, does not have unresolved issues. I love this energy for you. There's nothing that's unresolved. This person is matching your energy. What else? This person has been manifesting, working towards, patiently waiting to meet you. Your energy. Oh, I really like this. And they're coming in with the Ace of Swords. New perspectives, sharp new ways of thinking, clarity. This is not your person that is stuck in old, outdated mindsets and mentality that you have to try and this person is on your level. This person is intelligent and very, very sharp mentally, and they come in with the Page of Pentacles energy. This is the best page to have. Coming in with stability, level-headed. He has a plan. He's not just coming in impulsively or running towards you to run away from anything. He has a plan for his life. He knows who he wants to be. He or she, take it as it resonates. They know who they want to be. Coming towards this Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is you. Intuitive. You are very, very gifted. There's no doubt about it. You are the Phoenix. And you are an ascended being that has incarnated into this time-space reality to allow yourself to be a vessel that allows for this energetic shift to take place inside of you, that is then offered as to contribute to the shift for the rest of our world. You are not small. You are very, very special and very, very gifted. The Queen of Cups is highly intuitive. Heart chakra balanced. Emotionally, you know your guidance system. You listen to it. You are not impulsive to respond to wounds and you have healed. And the Queen of Cups Empire loves her. They are emotionally balanced. They feel safe. They feel loved and they are happy. And the Queen of Cups does not need, there is nothing that she is missing. She does not need for anything from anybody else. Her empire flourishes. It is based on the foundation. It is built on the foundation of unconditional love. There is no fear. It's a solid world. And this is what this Knight is coming towards. Tell me more about this Knight. I pick up a lot of fire here, but the Knight of Wands is also an earth sign. It doesn't necessarily have to be, because it's a nice balance. There's fire, there's water, there's not too many swords, and tell me more about it. Okay. The Emperor. This is your Emperor energy. Very possibly a fire sign you're attracting here. The Emperor is a fire sign. Aries specifically, but it doesn't have to be. The Emperor is responsible. His duty is first and foremost to his Empress and to his empire, to his family. The Emperor is most definitely your husband type, the one that wants to take you into his fold as family, take care of you, protect and provide for you. Coming in to give you this cup of, this Knight of Cup, this love, this offer in love. Offering you a whole new beginning. A whole, but not his own plan. Willing. This Page of Wands energy speaks to me of someone saying, I'm passionate about moving this forward, but I'm not rigid about the plan. Can we sit down together and come up with a plan together, and I will honor that. I am on board with whatever we come into harmony with. Making that offer to the Queen of Wands, which is you. This person thinks you are the most beautiful person he has ever or she has ever met. And there's the world. This person, Sagittarius, does not travel to you from around the corner. This person is very possibly grown up in a different country or lives in a different country at the moment. These are two worlds that come together and meet harmoniously. And together you guys have so many options. The Seven of Cups. You have options, you have opportunity, you have a emotionally rich and abundant life together. This is a lovely energy coming in. And you're this person's Nine of Cups, and they are your Nine of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. And this is the relationship and the connection that comes in when you have learned to love yourself, to take care of yourself, and to fill your own cups. Coming in, once you meet, I'm not sure that you guys have met yet. I feel like this is someone coming into your experience. But once you do, things are going to move really, really quickly. This person doesn't need to waste time to figure anything out. This is not going to be your situation where you're figuring things out for 2 or 3 years before you get serious, and then you're together for 10 years back and forth before they decide that they actually want to commit to you. This is not going to be that. In fact, remember now, Sag, we're moving into a whole new world. All those ego stuff, that's not how life is going to look moving forward. This person might be very, very well known either way. You're going to be living a life that is admirable together. This is the energy of the star. And this is healing. This is well-being. This is something to be proud of. This is the kind of thing that people look at and they wish that they had it. And there's the 10 of Cups. Happily ever after. I was just going to ask Spirit, is there a time frame that I can look at for this? This is within the next 7 months. It varies from person to person, but this is within the next 7 months. And Sag, you're not looking for this. You've got you. This is within the next 7 months. What a nice read. What a nice read. I like that for you. Comment if it resonates, let me know. I love to hear from you guys. And if you'd like to get a personal reading, you're welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you've not done so yet. It really helps my channel, and I appreciate all of your love and your energy on this channel. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Whatever you choose to do, Sag, you are so incredibly special. Do not forget that. Do what is best for you. And I'll chat to you guys next time. Bye now.